Well, as we are marching to the end of, well, March itself, I guess, we are getting more details about Epic Universe. We now know about Express Pass being available, but one of the main things people have been wondering about are annual pass holder previews, and it doesn't seem like we have an answer on that, at least this week or anytime this month, likely, as team member previews have been extended once again, this time involving a little bit of a different aspect. And I think I know a reason as to why this may be, as some team members have reached out to me, kind of told me what's going on with this. So in this video, we're going to read through all this stuff, figure out what's going on here, get some thoughts on it, and go from there. So hi, I'm Jared with Capture the Magic, and we're going to use an article here from Blog Mickey, and it is Universal Epic Universe team member family previews extended into mid-April, including first ever nighttime hours. So we actually just got back from Orlando from Terra Luna, so I will have a review of that hotel, hopefully about by tomorrow, at least by Monday. But I had multiple messages on Friday, mid-morning, kind of early afternoon, of team members saying, hey, just so you know, looks like team member previews have been extended. A lot of emails went out. So I was alerted to this before I think it went really public, but I was out of pocket here. I wasn't in the studio, so I couldn't record a video on it, but I was aware of this was going on kind of before I started seeing it on social media a little bit. It said, Universal Orlando Resort has announced that they have extended team member family previews of Epic Universe into mid-April. The previous end date for previews was scheduled for April 5th. It says, here's what we know. So according to blogmickey.com sources, the new end date for team member family previews is now April 16th. Universal Orlando has given team members additional tickets to enjoy Epic Universe with their close family members before it opens to the general public on May 22nd. Universal Orlando also told team members that they will continue to extend park hours during the preview opportunity, and the latest extension will include the opportunity to see the park after sunset. That is pretty cool. I am looking forward to this park at night, so it's cool that the team members get to check it out, because currently I think that closes at 7. I believe. It hasn't been after it gets dark. So far, thousands of team members and their family members have been able to experience Epic Universe as Universal Orlando continues to test and adjust park operations, restaurant operations, and ride operations. This latest extension means that annual pass holder previews will not occur before April 16th. Universal Orlando has previously said that they will host annual pass holder previews of the new theme park at some point. With media events scheduled to take place shortly, it's likely that the first authorized images from within the park will start to pop up by the end of the first week of April. Currently, team members and their invited family members are banned from posting any video or photos from within the theme park, which some people apparently have not been following, as there have been leaked things out there. I'm not going to show them. I don't want to spoil anything for people, but I think it has something to do with the meta glasses that people have on as they're walking around recording things. Unfortunately, many in cases, from what I've heard, costing team members their jobs, which is not cool.
Right to jail, right away.
I would just say that's not something I would do, but apparently that's what some people are doing.
This is terrible. Terrible.
So the first thing is, why are the team member previews being extended? So if you think about it from Universal's perspective, there's still, I'm sure, a lot of kinks in this park they're trying to work out. And really, the team member previews are the most controlled environment that they have. Obviously, there's been leaks out there. I'm sure they're trying to deal with that on an internal basis. But for the most part, you're not seeing as much footage as you would during, say, an annual pass holder preview. You're not going to really be able to control annual pass holders, really getting footage and sharing that in the parks. And obviously, they have the media day coming up. So they got a little bit of a window here where I think they're really trying to, work out some kinks in the park. So if you think about it from that perspective, you can do this. You can, have issues with rides with team members in there. The most understanding group is going to be your team members, your employees, while you're still trying to work through the kinks here to get everything ready. So from that basis, that does make sense. As much as I want annual pass holder previews to have already started, but from a standpoint of them wanting this park to be operating at an optimal level, I get it. Now, the other thing I have been told, and this is something I've mentioned in other videos, but they are having issues with Battle to Ministry. This is a ride that has still not been available for team member previews, and this is, if not the most headlining attraction, one of the headliner attractions for Epic Universe is Battle to Ministry. There's kind of a lot of mystery around it. We don't know a lot about this ride, and it has not been available because from my understanding, what I've been told, they've only been able to get 4 to 5 ride vehicles running at the same time. And the max capacity on those ride vehicles is somewhere in the 15 to 16, 17 range of how much they want to run these. So they're trying to get that fixed before they open up to annual pass holder previews and the media day, I do believe. And so that is a question mark with that ride. if they're going to be able to get that going or working at a max capacity. And this is why I've often said I think this ride, especially if they're not able to get this running at max capacity before the park opens, that this will probably undoubtedly be a virtual line attraction just because it's already going to be high in demand. And if the ride capacity is not there, you would be looking at, 4, 5, 6 hour wait times for this. And I don't think that's something that they really want to do. They don't want a Hagrid's 2.0 where people are waiting 8, 9 hours in line. So I think that is probably something they're looking at, unless they're able to really just fix this issue. And I've been told it has something to do with the coding of the ride. They fix one thing, another thing pops up. So whatever those issues are, they are currently working through them or trying to fix them. So I think it's probably somewhat due to that ride. But I don't think, from what I've heard, that it's all just about Battle Ministry. I do think that they're trying to figure out a lot, work through the kinks here, get everything running how they want in the most controlled environment possible, which is going to be your team member previews. And you can also put it off as, you're giving team members the most exclusive access, giving them prolonged access to this, probably getting real-time feedback from them as well. So, from a standpoint of wanting this park to open as efficiently as possible, it's the best way possible, it does make sense because, again, once you open this up to annual passholder previews, there's going to be so much stuff come out about this park. And if this park, even though it's in a preview mode, and even if they do warn, attractions may be down, like things may not be running, the word of mouth would go out there, oh, this was down, this was down, this was down, this wasn't working. And then you would have a narrative already started about this park before it even opens. And I think that may be what they're trying to guard against, because Universal has done a good job of promoting this park, getting it hyped up. And the hype level for this park is something I've never seen. Obviously, we haven't seen a new theme park open on this level in over 20 years. And so given that much hype, you do run the risk that you don't want people feeling let down by it. And I think that's something they're very conscious of. And even though, again, it would be a preview mode, you would already have a narrative going out there. So if they're not quite comfortable with this park opening up to the general public quite yet, I do understand it. Universal has said there will be annual passholder previews, but they are running up against the clock now, because if they're running these until April 16th, I mean, the soonest at this point you could presume annual passholder previews would begin would be somewhere around April 17th. The park opens May 22nd. I don't think they would run previews like literally the day before the park opens. Maybe they will, but I assume they would have a few days there where they're trying to, go through final rehearsals or whatever they need to do before the park opens. So at this point, annual passholder previews are looking as if they may be just about a month long. Now, they could extend the team member previews yet again if, they don't feel comfortable with it quite yet. So we don't really know at this point. That's all speculation. I'm sure on some level Universal is sort of flying by the seat of their pants as well. But one thing I can say, I've talked to a few team members. I was able to actually talk to a few more at Terra Luna as well. And just very candid conversations, and just the feedback I have gotten is that this park is fantastic. They're like, it basically meets the expectations. It has great sight lines. The visuals are great. The lands are well done. The story of the park itself is so very evident and very unique, and it's something that lends to the experience here. So after having those conversations, I do feel that this park is shaping up to be very, very good. It's something I've been looking forward to, but, really getting into the details and talking to them, it seems like something that, I can't wait to try out. But it seems like even the ones that have gone, they said that it has been running very well for the most part. Some days, some of the rides have been down, but that's something you do expect during previews. But at this point, as of now, team member previews are going to be extended until April 16th. We'll have to wait and see from Universal if they make an announcement about annual passholder previews. One would assume they would make an announcement a week or two before you can sign up for these. So as of now, it doesn't seem like we're going to be hearing anything from Universal about annual passholder previews this month. It would likely be sometime in April, and then we're going into about a month before Epic Universe opens. So we are definitely running out of time before the park opens. But I do think from what Universal has said, they still are going to do them. It may not be as long as they initially intended, but in something like this, I can only imagine the complexities that go into opening up a brand new theme park. I'm sure it's complex enough opening up a new land at any theme park, let alone a new park with multiple lands, lots of moving parts, and trying to make it all work before, May 22nd. So it's something that, again, from a fan standpoint, I'm disappointed that there's not passholder previews yet, but from a just from a business standpoint, I understand what they may be going after here and the logic behind it. But either way, we are literally just a month and a half almost away from this park opening. And we're getting close, so we will be there opening day and second day, and hopefully be able to check out a preview or two about the annual pass holder previews. But for now, that's all we know on this. And like I said, we just stayed at Terra Luna, so I will have a full review of that up, as that it's a sister hotel to Stella Nova that just opened this past week. So we are getting closer with everything opening to Epic Universe. Really, the last thing left is just for Epic Universe to open and have annual pass holder previews. So we're getting very, very close on this. And if I hear anything else or any of the news breaks on this, we will talk about it on here and let you know about it. But for now, that is going to be it, though, for this video. So if you like this video, please like it and subscribe to the channel, as we do lots of coverage here of Universal Studios, Epic Universe, Disney World, and pop culture. And let us know in the comments, what do you think about Universal extending the team member family previews? And what do you think this means for annual pass holder previews? And until next time, we will see you in the parks.